then wipe out all the enemies and all the previous people. But he says, no, I want to show kindness for Jonathan's sake. So just remember that, Christos and Christos. And you know, you can transform somebody's life through your kindness. Years ago, I was standing at the door at church after the service, as I do, and some people used to go out the other door. They wouldn't pass me on the door. I just think, what was that? What's wrong with me? And I know what it was, because sometimes they'd come out and say, that was a really good sermon. And I'd say, why? They go, oh, and they wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't have an answer, but I wanted to know why. I was being horrible, really. Yeah. Anyway, I said to someone, there was this lady who came to the church, and when I first went there, she said, I don't want you to hug me. Because what we come from the East End, we're all hugging, right? Yeah. Tactile and all that. She said, I don't want you to hug me. I said, oh, all right then. So I didn't hug her. And after 6 months, she said, you can hug me now. Thank you very much. And there was one Sunday when this lady was there, and I just put my arm on her shoulder. And she sort of went all funny. She said, you know, that's the first human touch I've had in the last week. Oh. Sad. And it's sad.
It is very sad.
Very.
I think it's a healing thing.
Yes. Isn't it?
Part healing.
That's right. Yeah. And you don't know the impact that has on someone else. You don't know that they have not seen anyone in the week, or somebody hasn't put their arm. You ain't got a clue. So when you do something, and it can be an act of kindness, anything, and God comes in by His Spirit and touches somebody, and something is released. And all of a sudden, they might feel important, they might feel loved, they might feel included, all those things, just because you've done that. So may we be open to the Lord, the Holy Spirit, when we're showing kindness to people. I think when people ask us to pray, I think it's kind. I mean, it's a command, and we're supposed to do that and all that. But how many people do you know perhaps think, well, I asked somebody to pray for me years ago. We were having a workshop. He said, I can't pray for you, you're the pastor. You're supposed to be praying for me. I can't pray for you. I said, well, you can, you better get on with it. And anyway, one of the For Israel meetings we had, this is going back about 4 years now, and I just opened it for prayer at the end, and this girl came up at the end, and she said, I've got to find over £700 for my rent in the next week. £700. So she said, what am I going to do? And you get asked all these sorts of questions, you know. Should I have more babies? Should I leave this job? Should I marry this person? All sorts of things. So I said, well, let's just pray and ask that God will move in this situation and He'll provide for you. Because the Lord is our shepherd. Yeah, God is our provider. We will not lack any good thing. So I prayed. Anyway, she came to the next meeting, which was the month after that. She said, you know, you prayed for me a month ago. I said, oh yeah. I think her name was Christine, actually. I said, yeah. So she said, well, I just want to let you know what happened. I said, oh, I didn't tell me what happened. And she said, during those 7 days, on the 7th day, I opened my Bible, and in the back of my Bible, it was a Bible like this with a cover. She said, in the back of my Bible, there was £750 cash in my Bible. And I'd had my Bible on me all week. Now, she wouldn't carry it around with 24 hours a day. And I just thought, that's amazing. Isn't it? And when I share that at meetings, everyone starts looking at their Bible. I'm doing that now. All I found is a green pen. But isn't God good?
Yes.
He's so kind. And Jesus was so kind, wasn't he? So kind. So let's not underestimate kindness. It's not a weak, insipid word. It's strong. And people need to feel kindness, don't they? The kindness of the Lord. And we're all his channel for that. Anyway, let's go on in our story because it gets better. And so he's showing kindness. And so Mephibosheth comes in, verse 6. Comes in, he bows down to pay him honour. David said, Mephibosheth, your servant, he replied. Verse 7, don't be afraid. The word kindness again. I will restore to you. That's lovely, isn't it? I will restore to you. I was in church a few years ago and I just read that passage from Joel chapter 2. I will restore to you the years of loves of it. And I started to read that, and this girl in the congregation, she started crying. Because she'd been reading that verse or something that morning, you get those incidences. And she needed something restored, or she'd lost something. And I think that's lovely, because God is a restoring God.
Yes.
He's a God of restoration, he's a God of reconciliation. That's what he loves to do. And actually, he's had a lot of practice. He's very good at it. Very good. And aren't you glad that he is?
Yes.
Because there's no one else that you've ever known or ever will know who can restore to you what you've lost other than him.
Praise God.
Hallelujah. And he just melts your heart. You think, oh yeah, Lord, he knows the pain, he sees it. You know that chorus we used to sing, for the joys and for the sorrows, second one? The best and worst of times, knowing you, Jesus, knowing you. There is no greater thing. For the tears that flow in secret, in the troubled times, and all that. Yeah, God sees. But it's in verse 7, verse 10, verse 11, and verse 13. Little phrase. What is the phrase? What is repeated in these verses? Verse 7.
You will eat.
Go on, yeah, finish it.
You will eat at David's
At
table.
my table.
Yeah.
You will eat at my table in verse 7. Verse 10. So that your master's grandson, will always eat at my table. Verse 11, it's getting better. Can you feel yourself getting excited? So Mephibosheth ate at David's table, like one of the king's sons. Verse 13, and Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem because he always ate at the king's table. Isn't that lovely? There was no place for him. Didn't even have a relationship with the king. King didn't even know that he was there. And yet part of the restoration process is you can have an honoured position at my table. Isn't that what Jesus has done for you, for me? We're welcome at his table. And it's a table that he prepares for us in the presence of our enemies. What a lovely picture.
Yes.
I remember an account, Smith Wiggles was, you might have heard of him. That chap couldn't read or write, all the rest, but God used him in power. He used to punch people in the stomach. You know, they got healed. Don't try that at home. And anyway, apparently, I think it was him, but he woke up one night and Satan was at the bottom of his bed. Remember that? Yeah. And he just went, oh, it's only you. Oh, it's only you. Good night. He didn't go, oh, I rebuke you, Jim, all that. He was so secure in God, he it's where we are. It's our position in Christ, isn't it? That nothing needs to faze us. And I like that picture of having a good slap-up meal with King Jesus and all the enemies dancing around, trying to do that. It's like having a good old meal. Because we're focusing on Him. And it doesn't matter what's going on around us, does it? Really? So that's lovely. And just to finish with this last point, it's absolutely wonderful. I mean, you look at other situations in the Bible, just, you know, where people, how God provided for them. And you look at Elijah, you know, his table was a brook. Wasn't it? That was his table. It wasn't a literal table, it was a brook. And but this lovely little bit, we start off in verse 3. Right at the end of verse 3 it says, there is still a son of Jonathan. He is crippled in both feet. Right, got that? That's the NIV. Has everyone got crippled, or has anyone got lame? Lame, okay. Alright. So that's in verse 3. Verse 13. Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem because he was always at the king's table and he was crippled in both feet. Now there's two things there. When you're sitting at the king's table, it makes no difference if you're crippled. Does it? Isn't that lovely? You are on an equal footing, you're on equal footing with everyone else because you're sitting at the king's table. And the fact that you're crippled makes no difference.
Praise God.
Isn't that lovely? So with all our bits and pieces, with all our things that are going on and all the rest of it, when we're sitting with King Jesus at his table, feasting with him, enjoying fellowship with him, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters.
But we still come with our problems.
The
cripple didn't change.
Absolutely, he's still crippled.
Yeah.
But the fact that didn't matter.
Yeah.
Martha, you are troubled about many things. Mary has chosen the better part. What a lovely thing, isn't it? What a lovely thing. But just one last thing, which I think is really beautiful. The Hebrew word in verse 3 for crippled is different to the Hebrew word in verse 13 for crippled.
Sorry, I have
Yeah? The Hebrew word in verse 3
Yeah.
for crippled is different to the Hebrew word in verse 13 to crippled. The writers changed the word.
Which is not coincidental.
Absolutely not. And you'll see the beauty of it. Because the word in verse 13 for crippled is Pesach,
Oh well.
which means Passover.
Means what?
Passover.
Oh, right.
Pesach. So can you see that as he is sitting at the king's table, there's a sense in which he's crippled, doesn't matter. It's passed over. It doesn't matter. When we're sitting at the king's table, there's a sense in which, yes, we're sinners, but it doesn't matter because we're sitting with the king and we've been passed over. So that is so beautiful. So beautiful. And so that's the beauty of looking at the Hebrew, looking at the meanings of words, and pausing. You know, when you're looking at the Bible, use the Bible. Use it. It is a book to be used, not a book just to be read. 3 chapters a day, get through it in a year. Done that. Oh, what have you read? Oh, I don't know. What does it mean? Oh, I don't know. Did you understand? Oh, I don't know. Just read less and go deeper.
Yes.
That's the point. Go down. So we all just want to go, phew, like that. But let's go that way. Because that's where you get the treasure. That way. You don't get the treasure that way. You get the treasure that way. So you read less You chew more. And you give yourself time. And you challenge the scriptures. You ask questions of the scriptures. Well, why was that? Why did he do that? How did he do that? When did he do that? Why did God say that? Work it out. And the Holy Spirit will reveal things to you that you don't have to get from a book or anything else. Holy Spirit will reveal things to you.
Can I share something?